Hello everybody, I'm the Awesome Yojimbo. Welcome back to Let's Play Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door. And so, in the last episode, we got the key to, like, the partially station or whatever, and we defeated the Smorg, which is, like, the worst boss fight ever. Well, not the worst boss fight ever, but it's also the worst boss fight in this game. In case anyone couldn't tell. And Vivian is so very, very depressed that we had to go through the worst boss fight ever, and my personal favorite chapter in the game. So, hey, what do you want? Even be... I don't think that... I think you guys are spoiling your kids a little too much. Also, check this out. You guys might want to get that checked out a little bit, you know? Because you have chain chomp fish things in your pool. You know, and also, you guys are super rich, yet that's like the smallest house ever. Inside. Well, I guess size can be very deceiving from the house can be very deceiving from the inside. Also, in the meantime, I would just say what you want to say. You guys have no bedroom. It's like, oh, this is a place for fancy people and all that. And like all the rich people gather, and yet it seems like maybe that's why they're so rich is because they spent like $5 developing their house. Like, what can I get for like $5? I'll take it. I wasn't paying attention to a single thing you just said. Whoa. Wow, 50 coins just for that. Oh yeah, how many times have you appeared and not be relevant to the story at all? Oh, what a coincidence. How about we do not go together? You guys have like the worst houses ever. Where do you sleep? Is it because your houses are so bad that you have to, like, hang on, is there anything back here? It doesn't seem so. And, oh, here's a really fancy hotel that's even better than everyone's houses in the world. There's also chain chomps in that little thing. Like, I'm sorry, I don't want to talk anything. I want to rant about how stupid this place is. That's my favorite thing about this chapter. Hey, what's up? Oh, really? How? Okay, so wait. I probably should heal because the next part coming up is not gonna be the most fun ever. Got a Shine Sprite. You know, this also means I'm gonna have to go to Keel Hall Key to get another Shine Sprite, which I had to miss on purpose because the game wouldn't let me get it. Okay, so read the note. God, Charlie, Sanctum Manager. Break in. Gee, what a coincidence. These birds outside are squawking, and there's a bird in the game that is squawking and getting my name wrong. Oh, that probably explains why you're so bad at it, right? Yes, shall we go inside? Yeah, while you, being the superhero, go open the door for me to my own house. Oh no, they beat us to it. You know, he seems kind of insignificant since he can't teleport like that. That's too quick, Mario. You just don't know, and you're just trying to say that and make yourself look smarter. Oh yeah, skills like blaming a hot toad waitress for eating up a huge pot of oil or whatever, or no, not oil, or like simply. Okay, that's just kind of. Okay, so sorry about that. I gotta do this again. Come on, Mario, do what I tell you. Okay, so I guess I can talk about Sun and Moon a little bit. I actually really like Pokemon Sun and Moon, though I do admit there's a couple things about the game I don't like, but I'll get to that a little bit. Let's see. For one, okay, let's see. I actually really do like the story of this game, and it's actually got a much more improved plot than Pokemon X and Y, which had like one of the worst or villainous organizations I've ever seen. Well, the main villain himself, Lysander, was pretty good, though he was kind of a missed opportunity. And of course, the team he runs, which is like Team Flare, which is like the worst crime organization in the whole series. Just impossible to take seriously, you know? And well, it was actually more developed, had better characters, and it actually made me really like the characters a lot, like Lily and Gladion, and I also really like their relationship, like Nebby or whatever his name is, like the Cosmog. Well, it's pretty interesting story dynamic, and not to mention, it's also given us some really funny jokes on Twitter. I'll fully admit, there's definitely one where there's like a SpongeBob episode. You're gonna have to look it up yourself, okay? And I completely forgot to tattle on it. It's like, hey, you stole the crayons, Norden. And it's also got, and I am glad that they introduced more new Pokemon than X and Y did. And not to mention, the games were way more open in throughout the main game, and there's way more reasons to explore as well. I am a little disappointed that they were basically trials rather than the gyms. It just felt kind of weird, considering how different it is. Gyms will be missed, but it actually did work. It actually did work in the long run, you know. Not the absolute worst thing ever, but I do prefer the gyms, which luckily X and Y definitely did have some pretty good ones. But yeah, Pokemon X and Y, they're all right, I suppose. The story is awful. The story is garbage, and not to mention the region was kind of okay. Not fantastic, just okay. I think about it, and okay, what else? Yeah, there's not much more Pokemon, and there's also like the regional variants, like the Alola variations. And I'm gonna be honest, I personally don't care for the Alola forms all that much, because they're all basically Generation 1 Pokemon. There's like Alola Raichu, Alola Exeggutor, whichever one that was hilarious. That took my hand off the controller for just 1 second. 1 second. Is that really? You're gonna chastise me for that game? And there's like Alola Ninetales and Alola Sandslash. I got you guys might. If you guys know me, then you might know my favorite element is ice. But surprisingly, there aren't very many Ice-type Pokemon out there that stand as any of my favorites. Now, I'm not saying that just to be, oh, I'm not going to tell you, because, no, there are literally no Ice-type Pokemon that stand as any of my favorites. Okay, well, there's like two Pokemon, okay, 3 Ice types I can name off the top of my head that really stand out as some of my favorites. Kyurem, Articuno, and Lapras. Okay, so there's a couple reasons why that is, because, one, their designs really don't stick out to me, in my opinion. And 2, because most Water-type Pokemon can learn the Ice-type moves anyway, making them a little more useful. Thus making the Ice types a little more useless. And they also introduced in Generation 7 introduced only one Ice type with like Crabrawler's evolution, and it looks downright freaky. And I gotta say, I'm not gonna say what it is, just in case for those who still haven't played the games, which seems a little weird, considering that most people have already played the games by now anyway. But it's like there's only like one Ice type, and it looks just kind of lame in my opinion. Yeah, I'm sorry. I do like the type combination. It's just it looks really gross. And of course, there's the Alola forms. There's like Alola Ninetales and Alola Sandslash, but a single Steel type move or Fire or Fighting type move will flat out destroy them in a single hit. And even then, I never really cared much for Ninetales or whatever. Anyway, as hard as it is to admit, Ninetales is okay, but I don't really care for the stats. And of course, Sandslash is pretty useless anyway. And their Alola forms give them a little more personality in my opinion. But I never really cared much for Generation 1 Pokemon anyway. There's a couple of them, but I'm not going to get into that right now. Okay, so couple things I don't like about Sun and Moon. I don't really like your rival, Hau. I mean, he just doesn't really stand out when it comes to like friggin' rivals in the series. None of them really stand out in memory. I mean, like I like the red-haired dude from Pokemon Gold and Silver a little better. And I kind of like Wally from that one kid's name. It's not Wally. I don't think it is. From Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. I mean he was a little better. But Hau is just okay, I guess. I'm sorry. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. And his battle theme is also kind of lame in my opinion. That's just my personal opinion. You don't have to agree with me. What else? I also do like the Ultra Beasts, but that also brings us to another problem I have with the game, and it's also my biggest problem: the post game. The post game. It's a million times better than X and Y, admittedly, because there's way more Pokemon to catch, and there's also a little bit more to do. Yeah, you can catch the Ultra Beast. You can catch the Ultra Beast and stuff like that. But my biggest problem is I'm like kind of a person that wants to level up all my new Pokemon up to 100, which I've only done 6 Pokemon up to 100 so far, and it's an even bigger pain to level them up than it was in Pokemon X and Y. Because give X and Y some credit, at least it was probably the best game in the series to level grind. And that's one thing about Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire I didn't care much for, is there weren't very many good places to level grind. Just about giving up. Ouch. Douchey boos. I'm gonna go ahead and kill all these boos. But yeah. But I guess I can go ahead and talk about the Pokemon themselves. Oh yeah, and the music. I actually do like the music, and it's also got one of my new favorite boss themes in the series, which is like, I'm not gonna. Actually, no, I'm not gonna say it because you know what? Screw it. Let's go ahead and spoil it a little. If you haven't played the games, skip ahead to this part to avoid spoilers. Like the character Lucamine is like, I actually really like Lucamine. She's pretty interesting, and she's also got a great design. She's also got, yeah, she's got one of the best designs in the series, and she's also got some really interesting characterizations. I feel it could have been explored a little bit better, and spoiler alert, as it turns out that she's actually the main villain, and she does have some really good battle themes. Like, the second fight with her has my favorite song in the game, and awesome. It has my favorite, one of my favorite boss themes in the series, if not my favorite. And the end of that story arc of the main villain was, I honestly couldn't believe my eyes what I was seeing. Yeah, if you can believe it or not. Now, I am a little disappointed that her team basically stays the same and she doesn't have like a Nihilego in her team. But yeah, not my favorite and she's one of my new favorite Pokemon villains. And because of her design, battle theme, and because of her backstory. Which I'm not going to go into, because I'm pretty sure some of you will think I'm lying if I did say it. But that's all I'm going to say. In case some of you want to know what Pokemon I used in my team, I'm going to say I picked Rowlet as my starter because Rowlet is the most adorable thing on the planet. Go ahead and... It's like the most adorable thing ever. Go ahead and disagree with me all you want, but I'm still standing by it because Rowlet's just so friggin' adorable, and it's my new favorite starter. I also used Rockruff for a little bit, which since I picked Pokemon Moon, it evolved into Midnight form Lycanroc, which looks pretty cool. Though in hindsight, both forms actually do look equally awesome in my eyes. And sweet Shine Sprite. I also used the Salandit because it's poison fire, and of course it's a really good type combination. And it's also got an ability that lets it poison and steel type Pokemon, which cannot be poisoned normally. So that's really cool. So, all right. Gotta do a little bit of narrating before I continue with my story. Alright, 6 crystal stars down, 1 more to go. And I'm... Give me a second, I got a text message, okay? So, alright. Mario found the 6th crystal star hidden craftily in the Palshley Heights Sanctum. Now only 1 crystal star remains, but our hero still does not know where Princess Peach is being held. Where could the last crystal star be? And where is the princess being held? Hoping this crystal star might yield answers, Mario and friends return to Pennington. Which is still the lamest name ever. Let's see, I also used Vikavolt because I needed an electric type Pokemon for my team. And because Vikavolt is an absolute beast, but little did I know that it would take me until the last half of the game in order to finally get it. In order to finally get it to fully evolve. I also used a Wimpod, which I wanted a water type for my team. Aha! You didn't know where it was, you jerk! Well, it's not as long as you would think. Okay. Don't take that out of context. But whatever, it's the internet. They'll do it anyway. Okay. What else? Oh yeah, because I wanted a water type for my team, and I didn't realize that I would have 2 bug types on my team until after. Whatever. Ignore that, please. Duh! He did just speak. What? Somebody has been stealing money out of my wallet when I wasn't looking. How long have you been stuck up here? Here we go. Do I want to? No, I don't. Do I want to? No, I don't. Yeah, I do. No, I don't. Nah, 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 blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's go. I'm just having a little bit of fun. I'm gonna continue my story probably in the next episode of Pokemon, assuming I don't forget, because story tidbits. And, well, I hate to spoil stuff for you this early, but... I thought I was the perfect computer. But wait, you were the perfect computer. You should have known that. Sorry about that. Well, gee, why else would you be here aside from to be kidnapped? About a few thousand hours later. Dun dun dun! No, it's the McDonald's. It's the McDonald's mascot that was in the early '90s. What kind of moon do you think it is? Pokemon Moon. I'm sorry, that joke was way too obvious. I couldn't resist. Wasn't necessary, but all the more necessary. Maybe have me stop talking. Okay, I think I may have discovered a similar plot hole. I'll tell you about it in just a minute. Because that's how computer programming works! And then he just pulls out an axe. Your laugh is still nowhere near as good as Lord Crump's. Oh my gosh, this is getting really dark. Oh gee, what do you think he was trying to say there? Well, that's because he's not human, Peach. Yeah, tell that to anyone who's part of the PC Master Race who just lost their computer. Sorry, but you're still not winning me over with your terrible laugh. And I'm afraid that's the last of this episode. So, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care.